the Midwestern Hayride, live from the studios of WLWT. And now, here's the driver of the hayride, Dean Richards. On set, Dean Richards, ladies and gentlemen, the driver of the hayride. Come on in, Dean. Speaking of time warps, they probably thought that. It would be Saturday night, wouldn't it, Dean?
It would be Saturday evening, yes, sir, when we got the chance to go in and visit with all of our friends, Bob.
One of the biggest kicks I got was after I came to work here many, many moons ago, was when you invited me to come on the hayride for the first time. I was scared to death.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I was scared to death. I came on there, I can't remember, I think it's when I had that record, Till Death Do Us Part, was the first time you ever had me on the hayride.
Yeah.
And it was, as a matter of fact, when you had me on there to do the record, it was the first time that I had done that record on this station, as a matter of fact.
Oh, is that right?
Went on to be a national hit.
I didn't know that.
How you doing, Dean?
Hey, I don't know yet.
It's too early, huh?
It's a little early. No, really and truthfully, Bob, we want to thank you very much for having us come down and visit with you.
Well, I talked to my friend Al Bickneighbor out at the Hamilton County Fair, and he told me several weeks ago that the Midwestern Hayride was going to be there this coming Sunday for a great big reunion on stage with as many of the people who appeared there as you could get together.
Right, and the whole gang just flocked right to me and just come right on out, just like we always used to do. And we're going to have the Boyer sisters there. You remember those?
Oh, sure.
And, of course, the Midwesterners, as you just saw. And the Lucky Pennies, the Hometowners, Miss Bonnie Lou, and just a whole bunch of them are going to be. Everyone that can will be there. And we have a show in the afternoon at 4 o'clock, and then we have one in the evening at 8 o'clock.
Well, all of those of you who like nostalgia and would like to see your big favorites from the hayride, they will be at the Hamilton County Fair this coming Sunday, afternoon and evening. Dean, we used to have breakfast together for a number of months, didn't we?
We sure did.
Dean and the Lucky Pennies were the backup band on the Good Morning Radio show that we originated at McAlpin's department store for about 3 years.
Yeah, that's been 3 or 4 years ago.
No, it has been. you know how many? I've had this show now for 17 years and about 14. 9 months. And that
goes back about 16 years.
Yeah,
No,
I gave that show up a year before I took this because Ruth Lyons was ill, and I gave up that show in order to do her program while she was away. And Nick Clooney came in and did that show for a year. So it goes back to about 19, 20 years ago. I know, I was so young, my mother brought me over there. Remember that?
But she says, now you do a good job, Bob.
Yeah. Let me show you a little history of the Midwestern Hayride. We have a picture that Bill McCluskey is a gentleman who has been affiliated with this station almost from the time it came on the air. Well, I guess back before the TV station came on the air. Bill worked for WLW Radio, and he was the talent coordinator, and it was he who hired a young lady you were about to hear sing. He brought her in here to be on the radio version of Midwestern Hayride back in the mid-1940s, and they used to, in addition to doing the show live in these studios over WLW Radio, the nation's station, they used to also go on the road. This wagon that you see right here was a real wagon that they used, and they even took it as far away as Columbus, Ohio, when they played the Palace Theater up there. They'd go through downtown, past the governor's mansion, all past the State House. In that wagon on their way to the Palace Theater, they played Marion, Ohio. They played all over Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Illinois. And Bill McCluskey was the man who brought a lot of the talented people in here. One he brought to town, he married.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the good sisters, Millie and Dolly Good.
Girls of the Golden West.
Exactly. He
Millie
married Millie.
Good. Right.
Millie's probably watching at home today, Millie. She's not in this picture because I think at the time this picture was taken, Millie was pregnant.
I think so.
Which was kind of an annual event for a while around the McCluskey household. But I want you to look at this picture right here. See, can you get Smitty? Oh, he's not on the camera. Can you get as close as you can right here? Can you guess who that is? Bill gave me this picture to use today under the penalty of death if I don't give it back to him. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a young girl by the name of Bonnie Lou, who spent up till then of her whole life trying to get a last name. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome, please, Miss Bonnie Lou? Girl.
Thank you. I feel wonderful, too. I really do. And it's great to be here with all you beautiful people and you out there, too.
You know how many miles you and I logged in cars going to...
Brand new cars.
Oh.
Every time he got a new car, I think about every 6 months, and I got to try it out.
to ride?
Yeah,
down the
I mean,
highway,
yeah. No, we drove many, many miles together. It's good to see you, sweetheart.
Who was that baseman?
You get more handsome all the time.
Aren't you
really
sweet?
do.
Who was that first baseman the Cincinnati Reds had?
Oh, Gluski.
Yeah, I remember him.
Gluski. Yeah, that's right.
And what kind of, you used to wear some of those dresses that had those real pretty things sewn onto. What would you call those, what?
I'm nervous.
You are? What were those
Not
things?
Really, but yes, I am.
Those dresses that had the what all over?
Oh, they had the fringe. You mean the sequins? No. Sequins.
You used to always say they had Seagrams all over.
I know, but you know, Bill McCluskey hired me too. You know.
That's what I said when I introduced you.
Where
were
honey?
you, Bonnie?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was out in left field.
Where were you? Where were you when he
Still
hired you?
watching the Olympics. Huh?
Where were you when he hired you?
I was in Kansas City.
What were you doing there?
Singing and yodeling at KMBC.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah. I crawled up to the microphone here. I was very young. Yes.
How young were you?
I'll never tell. I was 17.
You
was
really
17.
From Kansas City? I didn't know that.
No, I'm from Carlock, Illinois. Really, that's my home. That's where I was born and raised.
Is that where your family had the gas station and the restaurant?
That's right. Fill up and get gas. And the city limit signs were back to back.
Right.
Right.
Howard Johnson's only had one flavor. I remember
That's
that.
right.
Yes, exactly. Huh?
What was the rest of that joke? City limit sign back to back. I guess that was it. Oh, and I lived in the town. You poked your head and you were out of town or something. I got to remember all those things for Sunday. You know what? Dear Dean Richards didn't mention that Lee Jones, remember the yodeling cowgirl?
Yeah. She gonna be there too?
You're a lot of head nodders. Let's hear applause now.
Yeah. Well, now we could have had her down here too today.
I know. And she would have loved to have been here. She yodels greater than she ever did. And Zeke and Bill, remember Zeke?
They're going to be there too?
Yes! The Boyer sisters. Remember the Boyer sisters from Miamisburg?
How come you never taught me how to yodel, Bonnie Lou?
Well, you have it. You just don't know what to do with it. It's right back there. See, that's that little thing goes up and down. That's it. See, you're doing part of it.
Yeah, lady. Ooh. Is that part of it?
Oh, lady.
Oh, lady. Is it there?
It's there, honey. Now you got beautiful teeth.
Best you can buy. We'll be back with Bonnie Lou, Dean Richards, the Midwesterners, and the Lucky Pennies after this. Don't go away. Walgreens has a brand new store. Of course, they have one open 24 hours a day at 1 Corey Street, University Plaza, but they also have another new store open in Greater Cincinnati. This one is in Fairfield, Ohio. Those of you who hear me do the Larry's Finer Food commercials know that Larry has a new store, and this store is just minutes north of Interstate 275, and now Walgreens has a store in that same shopping center complex. It's a gorgeous store. I would have to say it's the most modern, up-to-date drugstore in this area of the country, and well worth the trip just to see it. And like all Walgreens drugstores, featuring one-stop shopping for a lot of items you need to buy, but especially the best place to go to have your prescriptions filled, the best place also to get over-the-counter drugs that you need to buy, cosmetics and other things for your family. And you can also inquire right there on Route 4, Dixie Highway, Fairfield, at the new Walgreens store about this card where you register your prescription in their computer. Remember, the new store is open from 9 to 10 on Sundays, 8 to 10 the other 6 days of the week. And remember, there's also a Walgreens drugstore open 24 hours a day. Congratulations on the new store. Stop in and see them. Last week I was talking about Home State Savings Bank at this particular time on the show, and I was talking about their checking accounts. And I was talking to the young president we have there. He's a fine, very bright young man. His name is Barry Winslow. I was talking to him about checking accounts and some of the things which I had said in the Home State Savings Bank commercial. And he wanted me to pass on to you that a lot of times you hesitate because you say, I don't have a lot of money to put into a checking account. You don't need a lot of money to put into a checking account to open one. The important thing is that you establish having one. And where you take it should be where you also can get other services like that mortgage loan that later on down the pike you would like to have, and other banking services. Their More account at Home State Savings Bank pays 8% interest on the average balance you maintain. It's really worthwhile. So whether it's your first account or you're transferring your account, Home State Savings Bank would like to be your bank. You can bank on us at Home State Savings Bank, and there are many near you throughout the greater Cincinnati area. Bonnie Lou, you haven't changed a bit. You're just exactly like you always were, and I love it.
You really think so?
Your personality's always the same, and that's wonderful.
Well, you do too. I mean, you are what you are. You know, I mean, I'm just the same wherever I am. So I make mistakes along the way, but
prettier.
I love
Bob.
I love life and I love people, and I sometimes wonder why I got out of show business, because I do miss it to a certain extent. I really do. But after 25 years, I just wanted to be home, because I said, sort of smell the roses for a while.
Well, Milt
but then they got to where they didn't smell as good as they did. But that's life, folks, you know. Oh, dear.
Dean, I talked with you several times over the years after you had left WLWT, but I haven't seen you in several years now. And I'm just wondering, you still got your farm over in Butler, Kentucky?
Well, a few years ago, Penny and I decided that we'd retire and go to the rocking chair. And we were sitting at home one evening after about a year of that, and Penny said, I'm bored. So I said, well, what would you like to do? So she went out and bought an old house, and I started in with all my tools and everything, and Penny, I started building houses again, much to my, you know.
So you're back in the construction business?
Well, not really, Bob. No, we're just doing it, something to keep us active.
Like you, what, rehab different houses? You can rehab or build new ones?
Well, no, Penny always loves it. She loves to find an old house. She said, it needs help, honey. It needs help.
Then you go in and remodel it.
We go in and remodel it, yeah.
I never could figure out why you, a very strapping, healthy person, played that little guitar, and that little wife of yours played the great big bass, and whenever you went on personal appearances, you made her carry it.
Now you know who's the strongest in my family. It's Penny.
You're a pretty wise man.
Well,
Let's take a look at some of the things that made the Midwestern Hayride good enough. It wound up on NBC for a while and in syndication for a while. It was a great show, it really was, and it was back in the heyday of television when people cared enough about the people watching that they would spend the necessary money to present live programming instead of just things out of a can or punching up network or reruns. But the Midwestern Hayride was and will remain one of the real pioneers of this business and one of the benchmarks of our business. We have the slides. I'm waiting for the slides to come up. Are they all on the film or what? Oh, there it is. This is Bonnie Lou, and Bonnie Lou is, they had sets on here which were really terrific.
Yeah.
And Bonnie, you don't look any different. Same weight and everything. And next we had the dancers, and they had many people come through here over the years who were dancers. They had young ones and people who were from all over. Some of the ones who were young when they were here are the ones with us today, as a matter of fact. And the Hometowners, another group, they appeared on Arthur Godfrey's show in New York. Kenny Price is on the left, and Freddie Langdon, and Jay Neese. And then on the right is Buddy Ross.
Yeah.
Buddy Ross was on 13 weeks' notice here at the station for 26 years.
That's the truth.
Right, that's the truth.
Always afraid to buy a house, you know?
That's right.
And one day he finally was right. Exactly right. Now, these are the more of the dancers. That's Dean Richards in the center. Let's take a look at some of the vintage Midwestern Hayride. We found this in the archives here at the studio.
Bet you did.
And Dean or Bonnie neither know what they're going to see. Watch this.
As you friends know, Kenny Price has been very successful with these records and everything. He's been touring all over the country, and it's indeed a pleasure for all of us to have him home with us. Would you welcome our own Kenny Price? Yes, sir. Hello, Dean. Hey, Daddy, you look great. A brand new shining coat and everything.
Yeah, Tent 9 Company, boy, they spread on that.
Well, I was just going to remark, Kenny, that it looks like you've lost a little weight, Daddy, and I was
Hey,
happy.
you know, I've got a new plan now that I'm working on. It's a thing where I'm losing 2.5 pounds a day.
2.5 pounds a day?
What's too much? I've been on it for quite a while, but I think I'm going to get off of it.
Well, why? You always wanted to lose weight.
I got to figuring it up, and by Christmas, I'll only weigh 16 pounds.
Grass won't grow on a busy street. You can't take bitter and make it sweet. You can't draw water from a well that's dry. Rain won't fall from a clear blue sky. Grass won't grow on a busy street.
I drew a mustache on your picture, throwed your ring away. I writ you a letter, but I couldn't spell, and that's all I've got to say. That's all I've got to say.
That's wonderful. Let's get some more of that good dancing. And Dean, you always introduced them on the air, so you throw it to them, will you?
Ladies and gentlemen, here is one of the greatest groups I've ever known in my life. Would you welcome them, please, and give them a rousing start here, the Midwesterners, ladies.
Swing mine any old time. Couple up, 4 and around you go, and don't forget your do-si-do. Woo! Hurry, yo, cowboy, don't be slow. One more going on you go. Bang and ray, round that couple lady and lead, Jan, fall through and take the lead. Jan around two lady, fall through the old side door, back in center and buck up forward, and break it up with a do-si-do. Yeah, sit right and clear to left and keep on doing that do-si-do. Woo! Hurry up, cowboy, don't be slow. Wave the sea, wave that pretty girl bags me.
They're going to be bound on Fountain Square tomorrow, by the way, to promote the Hamilton County Fair, and they will be part of the big show Sunday afternoon and evening at the Hamilton County Fair at the Carthage Fairgrounds. I hope you really enjoy it, and I hope you all come out and see it. Incidentally, Mary Ellen and I will be out at the Hamilton County Fair on Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock for a free show, and we're going to be in the tent. And we should have a good time.
I can't wait. We do it every year, and I look forward to it.
Got a young magician by the name of Dale Scott who will be there. And our show is sponsored by Cons. Costs nothing to get in. So come see Mary Ellen and me and the Teddy Rakel trio. We'll have a good time for you Thursday. That's this week at the Hamilton County Fair. So we hope you all show up out there and we'll have a good time together. Back with Bonnie Lou to sing a song in just a moment, but I want to talk automobiles with you right now. I'm a sucker for cars. I'll tell you the truth. You heard Bonnie Lou talk about that. I think anything that ever has happened to me in my life, I usually go out and buy a car. Like women go out and buy a hat, I'll go out and get in hock for another automobile. But I love that smell, that new car smell. A lot of you are buying used cars. Where right now, as we're wrapping up 1984 with Chrysler automobiles and Oldsmobiles, for example, you're paying for a used car what you could get a brand new car in many cases. And they have special interest rates, and they would really like to show you what they have at Bob Pulte Automotive on Harrison Pike. He's moved this year. He now has the supermarket of automobiles, all under one roof, new Chryslers, and new Oldsmobiles, even 1985 Oldsmobiles. His used car lot is the biggest on this side of the river, and his used car lot is filled with great trade-ins that he's taken in on these new automobiles. If you want to see the place, it's minutes from anywhere in greater Cincinnati, because he's just about 1 minute off of 275 at 6303 Harrison Avenue. Take the Rybold exit and then go south, and you'll come right by Bob Pulte Automotive. Stop out. Now let's talk furniture for a moment with Jay Slomer. We welcomed them to our show a couple of months ago with unbeatable prices, and I've been talking with you about the things which Jay Slomer has, and it's also the time of year when the things that they bought at the Furniture Mart will be coming in, and they are having a clearance sale to save you even more money. You know, I always tell you they have unbeatable prices. Now you can save up to 40% on everything, and I'm talking about big name brands like Thomasville, Serta, Sealy, Broyhill, Rowe, Catnapper, and others. Even greater savings in addition to Slomer's already unbeatable values, and 90 days, same as cash. Here are the two locations for you to choose from. In Silverton at 7317 Montgomery Road, Jay Slomer's right next to the lighthouse there, and in Withamsville at 969 Ohio Pike. That's the extension of Beachmont Avenue, 752-8800 if you'd like to give them a call. But remember, it's clearance sale time right now. Bonnie, before we get you up again, I want to mention that the people at the Mike Fink and El Greco's are having something special with Riverbend, where you can have dinner, and then they take you either on a boat or on a bus up to Riverbend. And Waylon Jennings is there tonight.
I know it.
Is there anybody in the audience who could go tonight if they could go and get on that boat this afternoon and have dinner and go by way of the B&B riverboats up to Riverbend and have tickets for two for the dinner and the show? Could you go? Would you like to go? What's your name? I am very pleased on behalf of El Greco's and Mike Fink to give you these and the Riverbend concert. Waylon Jennings is there tonight.
Oh, boy. Jesse Coulter is live?
Yeah, after the show. Well, as a matter of fact, I'll say that I have two more if somebody else could go, because we just started this today with them, and if anybody else could go, I have two more, dinner and the show. You want to go too? Aren't you with her? Your wife's on the other side.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, she might throw you off that boat. You better be careful. Mary Ellen, give him the other two tickets and the dinner. And Bonnie, I want to get another song from you on today. The one thing that we had fun with, after you had done about 3/4 of your show, and she and I have sung on the back of every manure wagon in 3 states, you know, at these county fairs.
Our trucks or whatever.
Our trucks.
Bed trucks or something.
She whip out that banjo. What do you call that thing that puts it in a different gear?
Oh, my capo.
Your capo.
Yes, I couldn't live without my capo. And you know, I feel bad I didn't say hello to Mary Ellen when I came out on the stage. Honey, I'm sorry.
Glad you're here today.
Okay.
You're great.
I said hello earlier, but I always want to recognize you when I'm here on the stage.
Thank
You know
you.
something, Bonnie? And I hope you don't get mad at me, but I
No.
saw you about 6 months ago, and there was more of you.
Yes. I've been working out on my machine. It's not working out. It does everything for you, but I'm still in business with 3 other ladies called New Figure Salon.
Where, Northgate Shopping Center?
In Northgate Shopping Center.
You look wonderful, though.
Yes,
You look
I'm real proud of myself,
Yes,
girls. You can be the same way.
See, and it all started because you used to do exercises with the doorknob
That's
in your
right.
bedroom.
That's the way it all happened. But now it does it for you there, and I'm very happy. We have a lot of lovely ladies come out there to see us, and So I get to visit with them too, but it's time for me to go pick the banjo. Bye, Mary Ellen.
When we doing these shows, Bonnie Lou used
the
to...
greatest MC in the world. I mean,
She used to do some dancing when she played this banjo.
Oh, yeah, but not today.
And I won't tell you what happened. I won't tell you what happened because she's probably going to do that out of the...
Yes, I probably will.
I thought you'd invite me out there to do that part of it.
I know,
but,
I wish you would.
I have nothing to do Sunday. I could have been there. I could have been there.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bonnie Lou. Here she is.
Robert.
Here we go, folks. You ready to go with me? County Fair, Sunday. One show at 4, one show at 8. I played around and played around this old town too long. Summer's almost gone. Yeah, winter's coming on. I played around and played around this old town too long. And I feel like I've got to travel on. Papa writes to Johnny, Johnny can't come home. Johnny can't come home. Oh, Johnny can't come home. Papa writes to Johnny, Johnny can't come home. He's been down on that chain gang too long. Well, I played around and I played around this old town too long. Summer's almost gone. Yeah, winter's coming on. I played around and played around this old town too long. And I feel like I've got to travel on. Mr. Wally Brown. Go, Wally! Yeah! Charlie Rich. I want to see my baby. Well, I want to see him bad. Want to see him bad. Mercy, I want to see him bad. Want to see my baby. Well, I want to see him bad. He's the best boy this poor girl ever had. Well, I played around and I played around this old town too long. Summer's almost gone. Yeah, winter's coming on. I played around and played around this old town too long. And I feel like I've got to travel on. And I feel like I've got to travel on.
Don't forget, Thursday for Mary Ellen and me, Sunday for the Midwestern Hayride, and tomorrow we'll be right back here. For now, have a good day, everybody. Thank you, Bonnie.